Conspiracy Corner podcast. This is Abe, your host. It's 4th of July, so of course I had to play that song. It's Rick Derringer, Real American. Hulk Hogan used to come out on stage to that. I almost wanted to rip my shirt off, but this is a work shirt. I just got it too. How hilarious would that be? So yeah, I hope everyone's having a good 4th of July. It's one of the few holidays that I enjoy. I do think that most holidays are ridiculous. They're Christianized pagan holidays, which we're going to get into a little bit of that today. Yeah, I do like Independence Day though. Because I love my country. I love my nation, but I hate my government. So, I hope everyone has a safe 4th of July. 4th of July. Have fun, drink, smoke weed, eat some shrooms, whatever. Just be careful with fireworks. Don't blow any fingers off, appendages. Yeah, careful going home. Don't get drunk and drive, dude. They will get you. Imagine that too, like just going out, because you can get a DUI off of like 2 beers, Hell, I think they keep trying to drop the limit to like 0.05, which is ridiculous. Like literally you could have like 1 bottle beer and like get a DUI. Like I'm sorry, that's insane to me. Yeah. How ironic would it be that like you're celebrating your nation, your country, and then your government throws you in jail for 1 beer? Like, stupid shit. But we're in the land of the free. But no, I do love my nation. So happy 4th of July to everyone. So, I have a little bit of shit to talk about. Some weird synchronicities. First off, the other day I did an episode. I got into some shenanigans last night, so it's going to be kind of in the intro, but it's tied to shit that I've talked about before. It's tied to the paranormal, conspiracies, all that shit. So the other day I did an episode, listener email. Go check it out. I changed the title a little bit, obviously, to make it a little more spicier, so that way it gets some listens, and it just honestly, before I had it just listener email, and then I was like, well, that doesn't really explain what we're talking about. People won't click on that, and anyone who's listened to it is like, damn, that was a good episode, that was deep, insightful, I changed it to listener email, a hex, and spider symbolism, because we get into the occult, spider symbolism in the occult. We've done a couple symbolism episodes. We've done mermaid symbolism, and we've done symbolism of teeth falling out, symbolism of pink flamingos. Go check out our symbolism episodes. Maybe I'll do a playlist of different episodes of what certain things symbolize in the occult. In case you don't know, I'm an occultist. I've been doing magic since I'd say about 13. I got into witchcraft and the occult. So after I did that episode about the listener email episode, we were talking about spiders, and she had mentioned that she had seen this weird spider on the side of her fridge. A weird spider that she had never seen before, like that type of spider in her house. I actually seen that night, as weird as it sounds, I was about to lay down. My wife, I think she was already asleep, and so I had the light on and had the TV going, and I was taking my shoes off, and I wasn't about to lay down, but I was about to sit down in bed, because that's where I'm at right now. and like play video games. I usually after work, I don't podcast. It's like I already did a podcast, I already did work. I want to just play. It's me time, for like 2 or 3 hours before bed. So I usually sit up and play Zelda. But I looked up and there was a spider crawling on the ceiling. And it was kind of the same concept. It was like not a wood spider, but it was all black with one white stripe down the back, middle of its back. It wasn't venomous, because I don't think it was, because I'm pretty good at telling like venomous snakes, venomous spiders. I don't think it was venomous. And but it was spooky, man. It was a decent size, and people are gonna laugh, but I grew up in a house in Florida with wolf spiders that big, so I know what a big spider is. But for Kentucky, being a non-wolf spider or non-brown recluse, it was a decent sized spider, like medium size. And I was like, well, that's weird. And then I didn't think about it till like the next morning. I was like, spider? I seen that weird spider that I was like, what the fuck kind of species is this, And I just talked about, it was literally the same fucking situation I had during this listener email. So that was a weird synchronicity. So yesterday, I'll get into this. This is kind of interesting. So yesterday, I was going to work. I kind of ranted during yesterday's podcast because, dude, it's just, I don't know, man. It's just one thing after another with this workplace, and it's happening more frequently. And I notice this happens with every job that I work at. Every job I work at. It like always starts out awesome. And everybody's super cool to you. And I always say this to new employees who ever start any job that I'm working at, and I've been there for a while. Don't let people, coworkers, bosses, don't let them get too comfortable with you. And they go, what? Is this really that type of place? And it's like, homie, how many jobs have you had? Have you not noticed this trend? Anytime a boss or bosses or coworkers, when they get too comfortable with you, they start like being kind of an asshole to you, being like real stab in the back type of shit, and bosses will start speaking to you like when you first start. They're all like not kissing your ass, but they're like, oh, thank you so much, they speak to you like super cool. Whenever they get used to you, though, they start huffing and puffing and, why didn't you get this done last night? But then a year ago, there's no way they would have spoke to you like that. They would have been like, hey Abe, do you care to next time get this done? And you notice it with every fucking job. So I think what it is, it's sadly, I don't know how to avoid it, because I try to be polite, professional, and keep people at a distance, but for some reason, I guess I'm just not good at it. But I don't know, I think they're getting comfortable with me, and it's like, no, I come here to work my ass off, which I do, make my money. But anyways, so I kind of bitched at work yesterday, and I was worried that I had to pay $20, which I shouldn't have had to pay, because they never trained me properly what to do if someone hangs up the pump. They just told me hit authorize, so that's what I thought I was doing, and I thought I was doing the correct thing. So when I got to work, I had told you guys, go check out, there's an episode called It's a Small World After All. That way I don't have to rehash that episode. So I met a member of the Swarm. We went to the same Sam Tripoli show. He pulls up behind me, parks his car while I'm getting out to go into work, and he walks up to me and he goes, and I go, what? Okay. So I put my hand under his, and he drops like 3 pieces of silver. Hang on a second. So, sorry about that. My mother-in-law was showing me a picture of an AI generated. It was an orangutan in high heels walking across the street. And like all these guys like, whoa. Like, what the fuck? That's hilarious. Sorry, dude, that's so random. So yeah, he drops in 3 pieces of silver into my hand. And these are old silver dollars from the United States. I locked them in my safe. I have a safe right here. And he goes, there's $30. And I go, whoa, why, dude? And he's like, I was listening to Sam Tripoli, and he talks about gold and silver all the time. And I was like, I got a bunch of silver. I'll give Abe some. I'm like, dude, thank you so much, you know? And I'm like, I wish I could stand and talk conspiracies with you, but I got to go to fucking work. And he's like, no, I get it, dude. I'm like, dude, thank you so much. So, like, I was already stressed. And by the way, before I even left to go to work, my left hand was itching like crazy. And I was going, fuck, this shit itches, dude. Which, left hand itching means you're about to receive money, and right hand itching means you're about to give money. And I'm like, how am I going to receive money when my boss has already called me this morning saying I have to pay $20? Like, there's no way I'm going to receive money. And then that happened. And so I have $30 worth of silver, you know, in my pocket. And then I got home, and, well, before I got home, I was closing the store by myself, and it's kind of like, do this, like, do the lotto, you got like 10, 15 minutes, then you do the store close. So, like, 11:30, do the lotto, knock it out, and I'm like, well, there's no point in me starting a chore when in like 10, 15 minutes, I'm going to start closing the store, doing the paperwork. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll check out what's going on YouTube. I click on Godrules, a channel that I've watched a billion times, and you guys know me, I get a lot of good info from him. I've never spoke ill of him. I've always shouted out his channel. Every single time I get any good info from him, he's got Godrules and Godrules 2. And so I seen on there, he was talking about Ammon Hillman. And I'm like, oh, you discovered Ammon Hillman. And Godrules, I believe he's like Catholic, you know. And so, of course, he's not going to like Ammon Hillman. And he was saying that Ammon Hillman is possessed because of his mannerisms and, you know, like, Ammon. He kind of reminds me of, like, Hunter S. Thompson. If you, like, you know, I'm sure Christians probably think Hunter S. Thompson's possessed, you know. I'm sure people think I'm possessed because I have a tick. And my mannerisms are strange. And I look weird. And, ooh, he dresses like a punk. He must be bad. He's possessed, you know. So, dude, I almost reported on it the other day. So, oh, where this ties in, though. If a piece of silver was like $1, the dude handed me 30 pieces of silver. And I looked at my wife, I said, because I was in the middle of, like, getting in the comment section, being a troll. Not really a troll, just, I mean, saying the truth with a sense of humor. Speaking to Christians how I usually speak to Christians. Because they don't really have a good sense of humor, and they don't know when someone's being facetious or, you know. And I do have a good sense of humor. Sorry, I just do. I will say that. I do have a good sense of humor. I'm quick, you know. I'm fast. But, dude, his comment section was a shit show in that video of Ammon Hillman. And as you guys know, I'm a student of Ammon Hillman. I know he's a good dude. I like him. I would love to hang out with him. As soon as I've seen him, I was drawn to him. I'm like, this dude's interesting as fuck, because he's like educated as fuck, but he's got like tattoos on the side of his head. You know, he smokes weed during interviews. I'm like, okay. we got a bad boy who's fucking smart. Which happens every now and then, but it's cool. It's very rare. Like Hunter S. Thompson, we spoke of him, was a bad boy who was smart as fuck. So while I was talking to Christians in the comment section of Godrules, because they don't know that Jesus is a pedophile, I was thinking about those 30 pieces of silver. And if you know the story, hang on. If you know the story, so Judas basically turned Jesus in. Jesus got arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane at like 3 a.m. by Roman soldiers. One of his disciples, I can't remember, tried to save him, cut off the Roman soldier's ear. Jesus picked it up. But anyways, in the Septuagint, he's in the Garden of Gethsemane. When he gets arrested, he's in the garden with a naked little boy at like 3 a.m. And when he gets arrested, he screams, "I am not a lestes," which is literally like a child molester. So you're in a public park at 3 a.m. butt naked with a naked little boy screaming, "I'm not a child molester." Doesn't look good, homie. And people are like, "Oh, no. It's in the Bible. It's in the fucking Bible. Go read it." It's in the Septuagint. And you when you bring that up to Christians, they never seem to be able to answer. But the whole synchronicity was weird, that I got 30 pieces of silver, and then here I am being Judas, which, by the way, there's a whole Gospel of Judas. I know it's apocryphal. Christians don't like apocryphal text. I love this one too. How many Christians I've ran into who are like, "I hate the Vatican. They're evil. But I trust which books they put in the Bible and which books they don't." Like, that's a contradiction. So you do trust the Vatican? No, I don't trust the Vatican. But I do trust what books they put in the Bible. But I also like the book of Enoch. Well, so you like the book of Enoch. What about the book Gospel of Judas? No. Gospel of Thomas. No. I only like what I agree with. So if you can't tell, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like Ammon Hillman better than Godrules. Godrules puts out a lot of good info, but I like Ammon better, And when I seen he was throwing stones while he lives in a glass house, I thought that was interesting. First of all, just in general, so in the comment section, I had mentioned that what I just said about Jesus being arrested with a naked boy, saying I'm not a lestes. Me and another commenter who are students of Ammon were going like, yeah, why can Christians never answer that? They have nothing to say to that. They literally go quiet. And someone commented, if you were in a dark alley at 3 a.m. and you met someone like Ammon Hillman, would you trust them? I said, first of all, I'm not an idiot. I don't walk around in dark alleys at 3 a.m. I said, do you? and they go, well, you got to admit, the guy's creepy. And I said, you know what's creepy? Jesus at 3 a.m. in the park with a naked little boy. That's what's creepy. And by the way, my comments keep getting deleted. This is the third fucking content creator who keeps deleting my comments. And the sad thing is it's from content creators that I keep shouting out. But one thing I did notice, all three of them are Christians. Is this a Christian thing, that anything that goes against y'all's gospel, even though it's part of y'all's gospel, or when you start losing a battle, a verbal, competition or whatever, when you start losing a debate, do you just block, delete? Come on. Come on, Christians. Come on. Man up. You can handle the truth. It's gonna be okay. Third one, dude. Truth Stream Media kept doing this shit. Mic drop. Go check that out. Truth Seeker was doing the same shit. And they all talk about censorship, yet they delete everyone's comments who goes any disagreement with them. So first of all, on Ammon's behalf, what is it in the Bible that you should know a man by their works? What does Ammon do? Oh, he teaches Greek for free to anyone. Oh, he teaches Greek, ancient Greek, for free. So, what does Godrules? He's asking for money so you can buy his survival book, which I've been in his comment sections. Apparently his survival book costs like $50-$60, and people are like, dude, we can't afford this shit. Also, he wants you to buy stock in a Noah VR game. I don't know, I'm more of a Zelda fan, you know, that's just me, but so this guy wants you to buy his book and wants you to buy stock in a Noah VR game, and Ammon is teaching Greek for free. For free. But Ammon's a creepy, bad guy. He's the devil. You know. So first of all, that shows you the character of Ammon Hillman. Second off, dude. By the way, I just have to say, while I was in this comment section last night, it was so beautiful. Ammon's group, because we were all like literally supporting each other, and like we were finding other content creators and like, dude, I sub to you, bro, and like everyone was subbing, like, I sub to you, I sub to you, I sub to you. So like we're like growing a little army over here, and the Christians were even arguing amongst themselves. Like none of us were arguing amongst ourselves. They were all divided, dude. A divided house shall fall. So like I couldn't help, as someone who grew up with a religious Christian abuse, like kind of like, dude, these Christians don't even like each other. We're all getting along like buddies, and like they're all fucking arguing and like divided. I'm like, this is awesome, dude. So Godrules, you're doing the Lord's work. You're doing the Lord's work. I found that funny, and all of us had a sense of humor. Like there was one commenter who commented, Satan's hang on, it was something, oh, Satan's time is shirt, not short. Satan's time is shirt. So then I commented, Jesus' time is pants. And then someone commented below mine, because we're trolls, dude. Like I said, Ammon's crowd has a sense of humor. Most Christians don't have a sense of humor, dude. I'm just saying. So, like, someone commented below mine, and he said, what does Jesus have to do with shirts? I don't understand. And I said, it must be ancient Hebrew. I've been looking into it. I can't discover the meaning. And this person still never edited it and said short instead of shirt. Like, so we're just, dude, it was like, his comment section was a fucking shit show. It was hilarious. So another thing I wanted to bring up, the other day, he keeps talking about this dude, Clement. And, you guys know me, dude. Like, I did a whole episode. It's called Clement. Just type in Clement Conspiracy Corner Podcast on Spotify or YouTube. And I did kind of like a 2 or 3 part episode. I was talking about Clement, Trey Smith, Noah's Flood. I was talking about... I was all over the place, but I was just giving my opinion on these certain things. But I did talk... Oh, Nostradamus. I kind of talked about Nostradamus and Clement and how I feel about prophecies and prophets and all that. First of all, me and someone else were commenting on Godrules the other day, earlier this week. And someone said, do you notice how, like, none of Clement's prophecies come true? And I was like, first of all, none of, like, Clement's prophecies even fucking make sense. Go watch Clement. He literally, like, goes into a trance, is what he says. He used to be an occultist, and then he became a Christian, and, like, he looks like Bill Hicks for some reason. I don't know why. It's so weird. He looks and dresses like Bill Hicks, but he has, like, a South African accent. He will literally, like, close his eyes and be like, in the fall there will be a fall, and in the summer there will be great tremblings, and kings shall fall. Like, he just says this weird shit that doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, it's literal poetry, kind of like Nostradamus, of, like, literal poetry that makes no fucking sense. Like, I don't know about you, but I used to do tarot. And when I would read the cards, I would tell the person, this is what I believe is going to happen if you do this, or if this... I would speak quite frankly, like, directly. I wasn't sitting there going, oh, I'm looking into my crystal ball. You know, I get so fucking tired of this woo-woo shit. So, Godrules has been using a prophecy of Clement. The fall will be in the fall. They will fall within the fall. You know, is something like that. He's rhyming. Clement rhymed a word with another word. Sorry. I'm just thinking of, like, rappers who do that. Like, you know, I'm angry. Yeah. So what? Blah, 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 blah. I'm angry. Like, they rap. You just rhymed angry with angry. Like, that's not how rhyming works. But yeah, the fall will be in the fall. So the funny thing is he literally pulled up, because he shares his screen, he pulled up on the screen this Clement prophecy. He's like, this fall, dude, the fall will be in the fall. I guess, I don't know, I think this dude's like QAnon dude, because he's saying there's going to be arrest and shit, and that the elites of this world will fall in the fall. You know, hey, if it happens, that's cool. But he pulls up on the screen and it literally says Clement's prophecy for 2024, and he's applying it to 2025. And like, a bunch of people in the comments were going, homie, that says 2024. You're just like rehashing old Clement prophecies that never came true, never happened. I'm sorry, but I remember fall of last year. I don't remember all the elites, you know, getting arrested or executed, or the good guys winning in the fall of last year, you know. Just saying. So he's using a prophecy from 2024 by Clement for 2025. And people saw it on the screen along with me, and I seen it, I just started laughing. I said, because I'm not a fan of Clement. My buddy used to send me his shit all the time and be like, dude, it's gonna happen. Listen to what he says. And I would listen to like hours of this guy just going through trances, talking poetry, and I'm like, none of this shit makes sense. I mean, it sounds cool because I like poetry, but I mean, I'm a big fan of the Doors, you know, ride the snake, you know, ride the king's highway, baby. The West is the best, you know. The blue bus is calling us. That all sounds beautiful and cool. Do I know what the fuck it means? No, I don't know what ride the snake means. Ride the king's highway, the West is the best. The blue bus is calling us. Awesome. Awesome lyrics. Awesome song. Don't know what the fuck it means. Unless you put me on LSD, then I might understand. Maybe I should drop acid and listen to Clement. But yeah, that was Godrules versus Ammon Hillman. He unleashed a pack of wolves on that one. I'm sorry. And the thing is like, the only thing he could say is, oh, this guy's weird, this guy's creepy, so he's demon possessed. Do you actually are you actually going to go and listen to the interview and listen to what this guy has to say? And he has stacks of paper, which is evidence of ancient Greek, of the Septuagint, of what goes on. You know, are you actually going to look at the evidence, or are you just going to go, he's weird, he's creepy, that means he's wrong? Demon possession. Okay. Happy 4th of July. But yeah, that was basically all my weird synchronicities and Godrules versus Ammon hillman. You know, love y'all. Oh, buymeacoffee.com. If you want to donate, you can. If you don't, whatever. It's in channel description. It would help me out immensely. Alright, y'all have a good day.